Welcome student. As per our topic was stereoisomers, and in last class we already discussed some basic idea about stereoisomers. What is the exact meaning of stereoisomers? Okay. Now in this class I will going to classify these stereoisomers. What are the different stereoisomers? Okay. Now these stereoisomers are actually classified into three categories. Okay. One, optical isomers. Okay. Second, geometrical isomers, and third, conformational isomers. Okay. So stereoisomers are broadly classified into three categories: optical isomers, geometrical isomers, conformational isomers. Okay. I will explain one by one. What is the optical isomers, what is geometrical isomers, what is conformational isomers. Okay. So before going to start this topic, I want to explain different representation of organic compound, organic molecule. How this organic molecule represent carbon, how the structure of carbon present in three-dimensional structure. Okay. So I will skip this topic. I first explain different representation of organic compound, and then after that we will again come back to this topic: classification of stereoisomers, optical isomers, geometrical isomers, and conformational isomers. Okay. So just to explain this, we need different representation of organic molecule or compound. Now, so student, as we know, tetrahedral carbon, according to some theory, Li-Bel-Wantoff, so carbon, according to this theory, the carbon, tetravalent carbon, tetravalent carbon means carbon having valency, carbon with valency 4, or this carbon is in sp3 hybridized state. Okay. As we already learned different hybridization, we know sp3, sp2 and sp. Okay. sp3, sp2 and sp. Okay. In sp3, carbon atom going to form 4 sigma bond. Okay. Sigma bond, 4 sigma bond, and in that case the geometry of that carbon or molecule will be tetrahedral. Okay. Tetrahedral geometry. I will explain. In case of sp2 hybridization, this carbon, that carbon will going to form 3 sigma bond plus 1 pi bond. Okay, right? And geometry of such carbon with sp3 hybridization is trigonal, planar trigonal. Okay. Then sp3, in case of compound or carbon with sp3 hybridization, that carbon will have going to form 2 sigma bond and 2 pi bond. Total number of chemical covalent bond formed by the carbon is always 4. Remember, tetravalent. Our carbon is tetravalent, means in any organic compound, any compound of carbon, the carbon must be tetravalent. We are going to form 4 bond. Okay. So suppose if that compound, in that compound, carbon going to form 4 sigma bond, then that carbon must be in sp3 hybridization. Okay. If carbon and sp3 hybridization and the geometry of that compound will be tetrahedral geometry. Okay. Remember, and in case of carbon with sp2 hybridization, that carbon will going to form 3 sigma bond and 1 pi bond, total 4. And trigonal geometry is planar trigonal. And in case of carbon with sp hybridization, and that carbon will have 2 sigma bond and 2 pi bond, okay, and the bond planar geometry, planar 180 bond angle is 180. In case of tetrahedral, 109 degree 28 minute bond angle, that is called tetrahedral bond angle, okay. In case of sp2 hybridization, bond angle is 120, and in case of sp hybridization, bond angle is 180, okay. So this is the basic idea. Now according to this, carbon, tetrahedral carbon, and that carbon undergo sp3 hybridization, and the geometry for that carbon is tetrahedral geometry, tetrahedral geometry, okay. So tetrahedral geometry, for example methane, in case of methane, carbon attached to 4 hydrogen atom by sigma bond. These 4 bonds are sigma, means this carbon is under sp3 hybridization, okay. And the geometry of this methane molecule is tetrahedral geometry. I will draw geometry. This is the carbon, this is carbon centrally present, and 4 group attached, 4 atom. Here in case of methane, 4 hydrogen atom are attached, okay, and their arrangement around this carbon is tetrahedral, okay. See, I will draw tetrahedral geometry, hydrogen, 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 and this is hydrogen, like this, okay. Here this type of arrangement. This type of arrangement is called, here hydrogen, 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 okay. So this structure, this is the actual structure of methane or any carbon containing compound with 4 sigma bond. Whenever the carbon going to form 4 sigma bond or sp3 hybridized state, then that carbon have tetrahedral geometry, tetrahedral geometry. This is the meaning of tetrahedral geometry, okay. Now in this, if we observe this molecule from this side, suppose this is the, here we are, here that is the observer and observing this molecule, then you will find one of the hydrogen, this hydrogen is moving away from the observer, okay, and this hydrogen is coming toward the observer, okay, and these 2 hydrogen are in one plane, okay, look like in one plane. So this hydrogen moving away from the observer, this hydrogen coming toward the observer, and carbon, these 2 hydrogen are in one plane, okay. So that is the meaning. So this is the actual arrangement of carbon containing molecule with sp3 hybridized state, okay. Now say, so there are different methods or technique to draw organic compound, to draw carbon compound, okay, or different formula, there are different formula to represent organic molecule. So one of the formula is Wedge formula, Wedge formula or Wedge representation, okay. I will explain. Suppose this is the carbon having 4 different group or atom attached to them, A, B, D and E. What is this? This is the any organic compound containing carbon, and to this carbon 4 different groups are attached, A, B, D and E. Okay, and in this compound carbon have formed 4 sigma bond, 1, 2, 3, 4, means this is tetrahedral carbon, this is tetrahedral carbon or sp3 hybridized carbon, sp3 hybridized carbon. Okay, whenever the carbon is in sp3 state, then that carbon have tetrahedral geometry. Okay, and that is represented by one formula I will draw here. Suppose central situated carbon to this bond angle is 120, remember, 109 degree 28 minute. Okay, here A, B, E, very simple, A, B, D and E. Okay, here suppose E, D. This representation is known as Wedge formula, Wedge representation. What is the meaning of? See, this carbon attached to four different atoms, A, B, D and E. See, and here A and B attached to C by simple bond. Here A and B in this molecule, see, this representation is known as Wedge formula. Okay, and in this representation carbon attached to 4 group A, B, D, E, and if we observe carefully, this carbon attached to A by simple line, this bond, simple bond, that is called simple bond, simple line like this. B is also attached to C by simple bond, simple bond, but this E, this substituent E attached to C by this dark bond, that is called wedge bond or dark bond, dark bond. It is like this, like this. Okay, like this, and here D, substituent D attached to C by dash bond like this, dash bond. So A and B attached to C by simple bond, E attached to C by wedge bond, D attached to C by dash bond. Okay, dash bond, just dash dash. Okay, what is the meaning of this? These 3 types of bond have got different meaning. Okay, simple line, wedge bond and dash bond. The meaning is that here we are observing this molecule from this side. Okay, if we observe this molecule from this side, then you will find here A and B attached to C, these 3 atoms. Which 3 atoms? A, B and carbon are in one plane. The meaning of this simple bond is that those substituent attached to C by simple bond it means these two substituent A and B and C are present in one plane. They are planar. A, B and C are in one plane like this. C, A, B. This is the plane. Okay, they are planar. Okay, are in one plane. Now this E attached to C by wedge bond or dark bond. It means this E is moving toward the observer, away, out of plane. This is the plane. Suppose this blackboard is a plane, and in this plane CAB is present and E is coming toward the observer out of plane in front side of this plane, blackboard. Okay, front side. This E attached to C by wedge bond means it is moving toward the observer in front side. Okay, that is the meaning. Whenever in any example of three-dimensional example, any substituent attached to C by like this bond, it means it is present on front side. That substituent present on front side, remember. And D, this D attached to C by dash bond, okay, dash bond, it means that it is present on back side. This is the plane, this is the front side and this is the back side. This is moving away from the observer. If I am observing this molecule from this side, then D is moving away from me. Away from me means observer. Okay, so that's why it is represented by dash line, rear side. It means rear side. D is present on rear side. Okay, so student, this is the simple representation which is known as wedge bond. In next class I will explain next part. Thank you.